your charger, batteries inside the battery cover, battery meter, and your remote transmitter. You can transport with an additional battery inside the drone. Okay, so to fix your propellers on, you've got clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation, silver and gold. All you need to remember, you've got a straight edge, and you've got that's the edge your propeller is turning to, and the sloping edge. All you do is you place it on and rotate the propeller in the direction of the sloping edge. And this one will just be in the opposite direction towards the sloping edge. And once you get there, they're aluminium, so don't strip them, just give it a good, let's just sit securely towards the slope, towards the slope. Okay, to switch on your remote, you must have all your switches in the up position and the throttle in the down position, and then you can switch on. And that reading you get there is the battery reading of the transmitter, 5.6. You don't want that to drop below 5. If the throttle is up and you switch on, you're going to get an error message. Good. So once that's on, then we can plug the drone in. Always transmitter first, then drone. Okay, so your pre-flight calibration, you must calibrate your compass and your GPS at least if you've traveled 30 kilometers from your previous destination, but I would say every day at the beginning of the day. So the remote is on, or the transmitter is on, and now we plug the drone in. What important is, once you plug the drone in, always leave it still. Now it's powering up. Now they're booting the computer. If you move the drone anytime there, it's going to read the incorrect readings as level and stable. Now to do the calibration, we cycle through the flight control switch, switch C, slowly. Don't flick it up and down, just slowly up and down. And then you'll see that the light, navigation light on the drone has switched over to a solid yellow. Pick the drone up. And now we're going to rotate clockwise, and it will now it's gone from a solid yellow to a solid green, and then hold it upright and rotate in the opposite direction. Okay. And now it's flashing. But now you've given the drone new data to work with the calibration, so it's important here. You'll see there's the internal. Now we've done the calibration, we've reprogrammed the drone. Okay, we boot up, plug in. Always leave the drone dead still. Don't touch any sticks here, and make sure everything is down and switches up. 2 reds is 6 or more satellites. There it says 8 or more satellites, and the strobing green is saying this is home position. Now I'm going to do a soft test flight down the beach before I fish with it. I'm going to take off, I'm going to fly a short distance, and then I'm going to engage auto return and make sure all the functions work before I go out to sea. And then from the back there. So the startup procedure is both down and inside. And then this one must go up immediately or it will cut out. Let's just stand back a little bit. And then lift off, plus. And then fly a short distance down the beach. And then I'll engage auto return. It will climb to 20 meters. Strobing yellow light means Auto return's working, it's waiting for communication. And there it comes back. Take control, into the middle and up. Off, home down and up. If I don't add power, it just switches off within 3 seconds. So it's in, on, up, and then 2 notches above halfway. And we've got about a 25 gusting 30 km/h wind now. You'll see the drone is angled. Okay, so my charging setup, any 12-volt battery on the beach. This is a 40 amp hour, it gives us fishing for a whole day, even more, with 10 rods fishing. So this is just a variant of intelligent charger. This is a Lipo balance charger. The sequence of plugging in is you plug always your balance charge leads in. And this one is a 6-cell. And if you've got the smaller drone, it'll be a 4-cell, which is just above it. And then once you've done that and everything is in and secure, you plug your discharge leading securely. And then a long press on start. Set here at the moment, Lipo balance charge, 6 amp. So I'm going to take it to the other way. I'm going to go to Lipo charge. It's a bit faster for while we're fishing. One click, and then I can change the amps. It's a 5000 milliamp hour battery, so I'm going to go down to 5 amps. I don't want to overheat everything. Here's a 6-cell. If you've got a 4-cell, this is where you would change it. And then long press. It checks the battery, it checks that it is a 6-cell. Voltage is 24.5 at the moment. Push it again, and we're charging, and it's charging at 2 amps. So one of the problems you have when you're drone fishing is, because you're fishing deep, you've got side wash, and that pulls on your line, which pops your sinkers loose. So in this case, we've got a strong side wash running, and I've made a 10 and a 7 ounce, so that's 17 ounces wire grapnel, and I've cable tied the wires closed. Now the problem is to pull this in from that distance, those two sinkers are going to grab. So when you make use of a trip system, this is a 0.50 line that's knotted, and it's short, and it's up here at the sinker. So what will happen is I'll pull, and we'll snap that for pip. And once that's snapped, then we're going to pull on this thick line that's on the sinker, and it's on the bottom sinker. So what happens is we pull that sinker around, pull that sinker around, and then we reel them in backwards, and they're not hooking. So before we're going to fly, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the battery. This is a 6-cell. All of the cells 25.3, and then I'll just check the first time with all the cells are 4.2, 4.1, 4.2, and everything's right. So I've got a fully charged battery because we're going to be flying in quite a strong wind and a reasonably heavy bait. And then, like I discussed just now on the demonstration of the Skyhook or the drop loop, our bait and our sinkers are lying ready close to the drone so it doesn't swing in. The leader not all pulled out. So now we're ready to go. Now let's just check that all our switches are up and the throttle is down. And we boot up the drone. flight control computer booted, requiring GPSs, more than 8, home position registered. Now I can pick it up and do what I want. So I'll open the drop mechanism and I can insert the drop loop, and then now you can focus on and then close the circle. Make sure your line is hooked in. And now we just want to make sure all the line is lying flat in a way, out of the way of a starting up drone. So we'll have the tip of the rod facing down. Okay, if you can see now, we've got a wind of over 30 kilometers an hour blowing. You can see white caps on the water. So I've got a Skyhook with the drop loop so that my bait's hanging far down, that I can get the drone up and stable. And then once everything is off the ground and stable, we're going to fly forward. So to arm the drone, both down and inside. And we have startup. Position it where we want to go. And then we're lifting up the bait. There we go. Everything's up. And off we go. Very stable. We've got an onshore wind, so the line is blowing a loop up in the air. I'm going to drop right in the middle of the channel that's running out here in front of us, and I'll be doing it at about 300-350 meters. So I'm not quite at the back yet. I want to get over that last bank where the wave is pitching. Okay, and I'm going to drop, open it left, bait is dropped, drone is stable, return home, and there we go, it's coming back automatically. To take control of the drone here, the drone is coming in, it's just about over the beach now. So I'll go into the middle, into the attitude, 1, 2, and then up into GPS mode. And now I've got control of the drone. I'll slide back to where I want to land it. And then off, both down and up. Okay, so today we're fishing for bronze whalers. So we have the lure rod, 50-pound class rod, 10-foot 3-piece, ideal for transport. And we've rigged it up with the SLX 30 with 75-pound H&P braid and 0.70 nylon. The rod is by Gannett, and you'll see at the back in the gimbal there's Gannett's, there's a custom designed rod stand system. So here's an adaptation. So the stainless steel 2mm angle iron with a pin on the back and a locating pin. So from there, the rod up and onto the stand and down, centrally located. And it's stainless steel, not going to be bending anywhere. Adjust the reel for the drag pressure that's required. See, we've got the double 10-ounce sinkers with this heavy cross wash, and probably about 2.5-3 kilos of drag on there to stop the rods from the line from peeling off. And let's just hope we go tight. Okay, just a little tip. When you're fishing with the drone, you're fishing quite often over a bank, so you've got a side wash between the bank and outside where you are, which ends up pulling your baits in. So we fish a double weight. In this case we've got 2 10 ounces, it could be 2 8s, 2 7s. We've got 4 gripping and they're beyond each other. So we've got all of these wires locking in, and this is a long boom, so that thing's locked. Now this is attached to your rig. It's a thin line that is knotted, and then a thick line at the bottom of your last sinker. I'll show you the connection now. And what happens is when you need to pull out, you just wind in tight as you can, and then run backwards and snap this line here. Once you snap that line, and the pressure goes onto your thick line, and it's going to pull your sinkers around, and you'll retrieve them backwards. Just that you can see, we've attached this to one of the bottom of one of the legs to pull it around, and the thin line to the top. So in the end, these two are connected to your swivel, short and a little bit longer, so that this one, when it'll take up the pressure, will snap and pull it around and coming backwards. Okay, there's a lot of people who would like to know why we use the Skyhook. In other words, why we hang the payload very far below the drone. The drone is always trying to auto-correct the swing. Now if it's at a short distance, I'm going to give a demonstration with the same angle of hand movements on a short line. Now this is a short line, and my swing, I'm trying to counter, and now it's getting violent, and if that happens with your drone, you're going to write your drone off. Now I'm going to demonstrate at 2 meters. When we're flying, we'll have this 4 to 6 meters below the drone, sometimes even as far as 15 meters. That gives the drone a lot more time to correct. So I'm going to do the same swing at 2 meters. Get it going. As you can see with the long one, even with much larger arm movements, the drone's got time to correct it, and the bait swinging below it, and it will always stabilize itself. Okay, we're going to go through the whole startup, flying out the bait on our own, etc. Just take note, these tracks on the beach are not ours. The police and the sea rescue were here yesterday. So firstly, to start up, remote, throttle down, all our switches are up, remote on. And then I would recommend to everybody, get yourself a neck harness. You don't have to put it down on the sand. On my leader I have a drop loop of about 1 meter, which is going to attach my drone to my fishing line, and it's going to hold the line away from the drone. And then just to the left I've got a double 10-ounce sinker and our bait ready to fly. I've got my rod at an angle, slightly tensioned, so that I'm going to be able to fly off with the line on the way in force. Okay, so now remote is on, everything is in place. You'll see that the drone is quite a way behind the rods, and the reason for that is if I'm busy with the rod and it's on auto return, it's going to fly high over the rod and land behind the rod and not be in threat of cutting off lines, etc. So now we plug the drone in. Remember to leave the drone dead still while it's booting up. Now it's booting up, and it's going to go through the sequence of looking for GPS. And there it's registering its home position. Now I can pick the drone up and do what I need to. Open the release. Put the drone up on my... Engage the drop loop, close the release, make sure everything is hooked up in place, put it underneath 1 foot here, and make sure that all the lines are down and out of the way. The secret is not to fly aggressively. I've selected my course, And I'm just using my finger to add a little bit of tension on. And all is going fine. I want to take this one out to behind the back brake. Slow down the drone and deploy the bait. Now engage auto return, close the remote, and now I can carry on with the rod. At the moment I can keep an eye on the drone. It's on the way back in. Green up the slack. There's tension. Drone is overhead. Into attitude. GPS. And then I can go ahead and land the plug. Remember the sequence, battery off on the drone and the remote off, and then we're ready to fish.